It was a cold, moonless night in the rural outskirts of a small town nestled deep within the forest. Sarah, a young woman in her early 20s, found herself driving along a desolate road, surrounded by nothing but towering trees that seemed to loom over her like silent sentinels. She was on her way back from visiting a friend's house, and although she had taken this route many times before, tonight felt different. As she drove, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs seemed to echo loudly in the silence of the night, sending shivers down her spine. She tried to brush off her unease, attributing it to her imagination running wild in the darkness. Suddenly, her headlights caught something up ahead on the road, a figure standing in the middle of the highway, motionless and pale against the blackness of the night. Sarah's heart skipped a beat as she slowed down, her hands trembling on the steering wheel. She squinted, trying to make out the features of the mysterious figure, but it remained shrouded in shadow. With a sense of dread creeping over her, Sarah debated whether to stop or to keep driving. Before she could make a decision, the figure began to move, slowly stepping towards her car. Panic surged through her veins as she slammed her foot on the gas pedal, swerving to avoid the ominous stranger. As she sped away, Sarah stole a glance in her rearview mirror and saw the figure disappear into the darkness behind her. She let out a shaky breath, feeling a wave of relief wash over her. But her relief was short-lived. Just when she thought she was safe, a bone-chilling sound pierced through the silence, a blood-curdling scream that seemed to come from right inside her car. Sarah's heart raced as she frantically checked her back seat, half expecting to find someone or something lurking in the shadows. But there was nothing there. Terrified and disoriented, Sarah focused on the road ahead, desperate to put as much distance between herself and whatever had just happened. She drove faster than she ever had before, the haunting echo of the scream still ringing in her ears. It wasn't until she reached the safety of her own home that Sarah allowed herself to breathe a sigh of relief. But even as she locked the doors behind her and curled up in bed, she couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister was lurking just beyond the darkness, waiting to strike again. To this day, Sarah never drives down that desolate road alone at night, haunted by the memory of the terrifying encounter that still sends shivers down her spine.